because on this show we talk a ton about manifesting. So manifesting is everything. Everything in your life is you, the good, the bad, the ugly. Everything is in your power. I want to go back to like Blossom and how you was feeling at the time of auditioning. What was your process? What was the process? And did you have any expectations, beliefs that the show was going to be as big as it was? I try and dissect you as a person
Right.
entering into these situations.
Well, I was in a movie called Beaches
Yep.
it came out when I was 13, and I actually got Blossom because of that. So, I did have to test for network. That's what it's called when you kind of go and meet all the network people. And technically they could not cast you. But the script was geared around me, which is a very unusual situation and definitely felt unusual at the time. I had just started acting a couple years before that. I wasn't like a typical child actor who was doing it from the time I was a toddler. Like this was all still really new to me. I wasn't, kind of raised like a Hollywood kid at all, really. So it was, a real kind of like paradigm shift in my life, to go from just being like a normal kid who was like, I like acting in school plays. Maybe I should, like see what this is like, to like you have your own television show, not 3 years later. So I, I think, I'm a person who tends to try and not have expectations. I mean, of course, it's impossible to not have any, but, as a 14-year-old, which is when Blossom started, like I had no idea what was going to happen. And we actually struggled in the ratings for the first couple years. We actually were never a top 20 show. We were a very well remembered show. But in terms of like ratings and kind of critical acclaim, we had none. We were never nominated for any awards. Like we were just this family sitcom that lasted 5 years and was very beloved. But we definitely didn't have, there wasn't an expectation of anything because like we had no idea. And a show about a girl at the time was considered very risky. And I guess in some ways still is, but we were the only show at that time on network television based around a girl. And it was considered like, what? Why would anybody want to watch a girl unless you're a girl?